Let me ask you something. Why do you guard your phone with the passcode, your house with the lock, your money with the bank, but you leave your mind wide open for anything to walk in there? King Solomon said your heart, your mind is where every issue in life starts. So if your mind is unguarded, your whole life is at risk. Shalom family, it's your brother Josiah, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And I want to give y'all one of my favorite scriptures in Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. To keep means to guard, to watch over, to protect carefully, not just when it's convenient, but with all diligence. Why, you might ask? Well, because everything that flows out of life, good or evil, starts in your mind. Every argument, every bad decision, every act of righteousness, it all starts in your mind. It all begins with a thought. It's the mighty book of St. Mark, chapter 7 and 21. From within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. See, Yahushua makes it clear. Sin just doesn't happen. It grows out of the thoughts that you entertain. You see, if your mind is filled with lust, pride, envy, etc., it won't be long before those thoughts are made manifest into actions. Your flesh only does what your mind already agreed to. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. Just because something feels right doesn't mean it's righteous. The Most High didn't call us to live by our emotions. He called us to live by His word. Your mind must be trained with discipline, not just trusted blindly. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 14. For a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in an high tower. Think of those 7 watchmen as bodyguards, watching over your mind, seeing what comes in and out. But here's the catch. It can be the exact opposite too, because those bodyguards, i.e. your mind, will argue against counsel and tell you exactly the opposite of what you need to hear. Sometimes we might find ourselves ignoring advice, wisdom, and warnings from others because we think our own mind has the answer. But that pride can and will blind us. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Peace begins in the mind. If your thoughts are locked in on the Most High, you stay grounded. And though trials and tribulations, those storms may rage around you, your mind is automatically going to remain in peace because your faith and your trust is in the one who controls it all. This Psalms 119 and verse 11, Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. David knew the secret to protecting your mind. If the word is buried deep in your mind, it's your defense system, and it activates when temptation comes. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 15. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. Just a couple verses down, if it tells you that true mental focus doesn't come from clearing your mind as the world may say. It comes from filling it with the word. You see, when you meditate on precepts, you reprogram your thinking to move in righteousness. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 15. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. See, even Paul likewise had the same mindset. Paul told Timothy to focus your whole being on this truth. When your mind is consumed with the word, your growth will be undeniable. Let's see what else Paul said. This Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Paul is teaching us how to guard our minds. He's saying only focus on things that feed your spirit, not your flesh. True meaning stick to the facts and the word, not lies or gossip. Honest meaning be real and upright. Just meaning think righteously and not wickedly. Pure meaning keep your mind clean. Lovely and good report meaning dwell on things that's uplifting, not toxic. Your thoughts shape your spirit. So whatever you give your mind to, ultimately, that's what you become. So guard your heart, filter your thoughts, test every spirit. Family, we can't afford to be passive with our mind in these last days. If you don't set boundaries, your mind becomes a battlefield. And without the word, you're unarmed. You can't walk in the spirit with a distracted mind. And you can't serve the Most High with double thoughts. When you read 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 5, It tells you that you have to keep every thought into captivity. Family, do not let that thought come in your mind without being patted down. If not, you're giving Satan free access to influence your actions. Also, kill your focus and plant sin in your mind even before it shows up in your life. Family, we have to fight back with discipline in these last days. We have to guard our gates. We have to store the word of the Most High in our hearts. Because remember, a clean heart leads to a clean life. And a clean mind keeps you in a position to be used by the Most High. So now you know, family, if your mind is not guarded, your whole life is exposed. The real question is, what are you letting in? What's influencing your thoughts when nobody's watching? Because these spirits, these demons, they don't need a key. They just need an open mind. So remember, family, always guard your gates, protect your peace, and always fill your mind with the words of the Most High. Because if not, the world will fill it for you. And with that, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Remember to always repent and pray. Shalom.